Recently we had Peugeot revealing a new version of its 9X8 Hypercar with a rear wing with a goal to be more competitive than they were in 2022 and 2023. So will finally the French Lions be very competitive at the WEC Hypercar class and to fight strongly for the victories? So let's check now in this video. First, let's understand the retrospect of the Peugeot 9X8 to understand better about the 2024 version. Starting in 2021 when Peugeot released the 9X8 car, the French manufacturer decided to bring a bold hypercar concept to the 9X8 because there was no rear wing. And with that, the 9X8 would be dependent on the ground effect. The main focus on that occasion was to compete in the 2022 edition of the 24 Hours of Le Mans race. However, it didn't go well as planned because Peugeot decided to delay its debut at the hypercar class in WEC because they needed more time to fix the specifications at the 9X8 car, especially in reliability, before getting a homologation. And in July 2022, Peugeot 9X8 finally made its debut at the WEC Hypercar class in 6 hours of Monza race. For being a new brand car, it was expected that they would suffer with any kind of mechanical issues, besides not having enough pace to fight for the victories against Toyota and Alpine. In that year, the main focus for the French Lions was to accumulate a maximum distance as possible, which made sense considering that they needed to improve their running pace. After the end of the 2022 season, Peugeot had the winter break to improve the car to be at least competitive in the hypercar class in 2023, considering that more manufacturers were joining. However, when the WEC 2023 season began in Sebring, more problems for Peugeot in reliability. The car 93 suffered with gearbox issues in early hours and also a problem with ignition at the end of the race. And the number 94 had troubles in its hybrid system. So the final results were 9th place for the car 93 and the 94 were not classified for not completing the 75% of the race. A very tough result for the French Lions, and with that, many people started to contest if Peugeot was really taking the hypercar class in a serious way. But at the second round in Portimao, we started to have a little hope in Peugeot 9X8 because the number 94 finished in 5th position, which was the best result for the French Lions until then. At the third round in Spa-Francorchamps, Peugeot was able to improve the reliability in the 9X8, however the pace was under expected and the final results were 8th place for the 93 and 9th for the 94. Now comes the biggest test for French Lions, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The qualifying was not good for them because 93 finished in 10th and 94 in 11th. But at the race, we had a huge surprise during the first half. The both Peugeot cars not only survived the chaos because of the rain, but also the 94 became the leader of the race for some moments. However, during the night, Gustavo Meneses with the 94 committed a mistake in a first Mulsanne chicane and crashed into the tire barrier, ending the chances to win the race due to the several damages at the front of the car. The final results were 8th position for the 93 but 12 laps behind the leader and 12th place for the 94, 30 laps behind. Besides the problems at Le Mans race, Peugeot started to have a good hope that they were in fact improving the car after all the criticism at the beginning of the 2023 season. And at the 6 hours of Monza, Peugeot finally got a podium with the car 93 finishing in 3rd position, the best result until now since the French Lions joined the hypercar class in 2022. But at the Fuji and Bahrain races, Peugeot couldn't repeat the great performances at Le Mans and Fuji and were not competitive enough to fight for the podium. But at least Peugeot didn't have any serious reliability issues. And to overcome the tough 2023 season, Peugeot decided to change and announced that the 9X8 would have radical changes to be more competitive at the 2024 season, and this included a rear wing. The French Lions did tests with the new version of the 9X8 during the winter break, but wasn't ready enough to be at the WEC season opener in Qatar and decided to postpone the new version only for the Imola round. Now here comes the Qatar round, which was the season opener of WEC in 2024. Peugeot had a very good performance considering that the BOP was positive for the French Lions. The car number 93 was consistently at the top 3 in most of the race. But at the penultimate lap we had a heartbreaking moment because Jean-Eric Vergne suddenly lost the power due to the fuel issue, and unfortunately they lost the second position, which would have been the best result for the Peugeot since they joined the hypercar class in 2022. And that was the last race of the Peugeot 9X8 car in its initial version. At the end of March, Peugeot finally revealed the 2024 version of the 9X8 car with several changes, including a rear wing. 90% of its bodywork was redesigned and had also changes at the tire setup from 310mm rubber all-round to 290mm front and 340mm rear. The revised 9X8 car also had upgrades in its reliability and in performance. The debut of the 2024 version of Peugeot 9X8 will be at the 6 Hours of Imola on April 21st and will be the second round of the WEC in 2024. And here comes a great question. Will Peugeot finally be able to fight strongly for the victories at the hypercar class against Toyota, Ferrari and Porsche? We must wait and see about it, but we obviously hope that Peugeot really overcomes the complicated 2023 season and really becomes a great contender for the victories, especially at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. So what's your opinion about it? Do you think that Peugeot will really be competitive with the 2024 version of the 9X8 car? Can Peugeot be able to win Le Mans in coming years? So tell your opinion in the comment sections below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not lose more videos about WEC. We see you in the next videos.